Hello everyone, it is Sunday, June 2nd, and if you watched my earlier video, this is actually the second video I'm making today. You may not see it on Sunday, I'll probably upload it later in the week, and I just want to talk quickly about Thrift Finds that I picked up over the last probably 2 or 3 weeks. And so one of them I'm wearing right now, a Fallout t-shirt from Valley Village in and around Mississauga. I can't remember where I was that day. Basically went to Jay's game for a corporate event, and on the way back, fighting traffic because it was an afternoon game around 4 and 5 o'clock. I stopped at a couple of thrift stores throughout Toronto, Georgetown, Milton, back to Guelph. So I believe, if I recall, this was from somewhere in Mississauga. It was $3 and fits me pretty nicely. Size large, and yeah, $3. So I just want to talk about some of the things I grabbed that day in my way back from Toronto. A couple things locally over the last few weeks, and some cool items, I guess. Video games, vintage toys, and we'll talk about the first one right now. I actually really like this hamburger phone, cheeseburger phone, I should say. Works fine. This is not old by any means, but it certainly looks old. I believe this was $5. I jokingly told my wife something about, if I ever find a hamburger phone, I'm buying it instantly. If you follow me on Instagram, I actually have I guess I'll say a small collection of phones. I have a Coca-Cola button cap phone that lights up and plays the Coca-Cola theme song. I have a Sports Illustrated shoe phone that came with a Sports Illustrated subscription back in the probably late 80s. Hamburger phone, the Mario pipe phone, which I did not thrift find, but I found it in a vintage shop in Hamilton, Ontario, and paid a very low price for it comparatively. So hamburger phone, like I said, works fine. Really cool. Doesn't play any hamburger, I don't know, song. Not that I know what that would be, but anyway, cool item to pick up. The next one I picked up the same day is this really cool, I really like this, Milton Bradley Shark Attack board game. This is from 1988, Hasbro, Canada. It is complete. Basically, it has a shark that goes around a playfield in the corner there and eats the players. Is the price tag still on it? I think this was $5.99. And goes for quite a bit on eBay. I'm going to keep this, though. My son loves sharks. I think this is just a really cool box. Quite faded. Looks like it's been sitting out in the sun or somewhere, but I'm really glad to find that just sitting on the shelf at Valley Village. Normally they would throw this up on the back behind the glass cabinet, I think. So yeah, two really cool items. That was probably about 3 weeks ago. Sorry, I don't remember the exact date. Anyway, then fast forward to probably 2 weeks ago, Thursday. As I said, I was going to Toronto for an afternoon game. Stopped in Burlington. I was going to take the GO train. GO train was a hot mess of parking. Couldn't park anywhere, so I actually ended up driving into Toronto. Stopped at Valley Village, grabbed a Nintendo DS case. This official Nintendo DS case. I actually haven't seen one this size before. Got tons of storage in it. It's got a whole game compartment in the back. Unfortunately, no games left inside. But yeah, that was $3. I actually needed a bigger case for my DS. I have them split across a couple of different smaller cases, so I was glad to find this one. Then I went to the Jays game, like I said. Actually picked up at the Jays game. It was for one of my vendors, and had a private box, and they were giving away Marcus Stroman Gnomes, so Gnomes, and those were given away at Mother's Day the previous weekend or 2 weeks before that. So they had a bunch of them, so I grabbed one, and no one was taking them. I should have taken more, because it turns out people are selling these online, so I ended up selling mine for $25. And like I said, there was a stack of them there. People had them listed on Kijiji for 50, 40, 30. So I threw mine at 25, and I had like 3 people right away ask me about it, and I sold it the next day. So I made $25 from selling this free gnome Marcus Stroman. But anyway, then on the way home, I stopped again, like I said, Valley Village. So besides the shirt, I actually, if you watch my other video, I got a Han Solo shirt that says "Damn right I shot first." same deal, $3. Really nice Battlestar Galactica puzzle, 1978. I've never actually seen this movie, or I've seen bits of it. The bag is still inside. I assume it's complete. I have not tried to put together, but the original bag is actually still in there. This was $1.99. So really cool to find that. And what else? Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. This actually goes for okay money, I guess. It's complete, really nice shape. I don't own this game, so this is in my personal collection. It's from Jay's Video in Oakland, Manitoba. Oak Bank, sorry, Manitoba. So I don't know how it got to Mississauga. Obviously people move, but anyway, nice game to add to the collection. This is not old, but I just really liked it. Pepsi Trucker Hat. Kind of looks old. Cool logo. I wouldn't normally buy a hat from Valley Village, but I think this was $2.50, so I grabbed that. Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, Jason Mewes bobblehead. Again, I'm not really sure why I grabbed that, but I do like that movie. The one item, I don't know why I bought this one, but it is a modern X-Wing. I actually don't have any X-Wings in my collection. It is unfortunately missing the X-Wings, the guns, the lasers. So it does open into attack position, has all of its legs, which is pretty cool. Canopy opens. I have tons of droids that can go in here. So this was $6. So I do really like it, and I think it'll look nice just with the modern Star Wars collection. Really nice looking X-Wing. I don't have an original X-Wing from the vintage Star Wars, so this was pretty cool to add. There may be more features to it that I just haven't realized. I don't think there is. There's nothing that makes sounds, but it's pretty heavy. It's got some good weight to it, so nice overall. So I left that Valley Village, went to another one. I don't think I found anything at the other one. And then went through Georgetown, and I went to a Salvation Army in Georgetown. Kind of a weird spot. They're having their auction of their premium goods on the fly, and everyone seemed to know each other. I mean, Georgetown's a small town, but anyway, went in and I actually saw this. This reminded me of a Nintendo case that you can get that have the vinyl fake kind of alligator skin. It's not. It locks. It's about the right size though. It has a key inside it. So I'm actually going to throw a Nintendo sticker on the front of this and use it to store some of my games. So I grabbed that, $5. And then this one really caught my eye. So this is a modern Star Wars 2010. It's called I think it's an AV7P or something like that. I'll get it wrong. It goes for a tremendous amount on eBay. I couldn't believe it. It's missing a chair on the side and the missiles. Even still in this condition, it was going for about $40. So I showed it to some of my toy collector friends while I was in the store. They'd never seen it. So I grabbed it. Again, $5. I'm probably going to try and sell this or do it in a trade. Just doesn't, I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't speak to me. So really cool, large toy, as you can tell from the size of it. So yeah, so two little finds in Georgetown. Came back to Guelph and went to, I think I went to Bibles for Missions, St. Vincent de Paul. There was nothing there. Went to the Valley Village in Guelph and actually found really cool, as you know, I collect cassettes, original Batman movie soundtrack on cassette, 99 cents, and ABBA Gold. So I don't have these two. Batman, I was super stoked to find that. And then this should be old, looks old, smells old. It is a Cathay Pacific Airways carry-on bag. It is made in, the tag is still in it. It's made in China or Japan. Kowloon Bay. Yeah, Leather and Plastic Factory Limited. Looks old, so Kowloon Bay, just like in the Wayne's World movie. Anyway, this has the price on it. What did I pay for this? I had a coupon, I think. So I paid $3.99. So I paid $3.50 with the discount and tax. There's a little bit of these online. Again, this is to try and sell. It's in really good shape. I I don't know much about these. Can't find a lot about them, but I could tell it was a lot. So I grabbed that. M&M's Racing Team. I have a collection of clocks, funny clocks in my garage. So Coca-Cola clock. There's a Simpsons clock in there. There's a Dutch windmill clock that's pretty funny. A Labatt Blue one. A Rice Krispies watch one. Anyway, so M&M's clock. So I like that. It's racing. Works fine. If you hear ticking in this video, it's the clock. And next thing, this was more recently. I think this was in the last week or so. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this posted already. Quicksand board game. Again, nice old board game. This has the price tag on it, $6.99. I had a coupon, so it cost me about $6 with my discount. I looked up the year on this somewhere. I think it was like 91 or 89 or something. Let's say. I can't find it now. Anyway, really cool. There's the back. So you build your little men, I guess you could say. So again, another vintage board game for the collection. And then I posted this. I actually had a lot of comments about this. Game Boy game in the glass case, Super James Pond. I had a hard time looking this up, trying to find a value for it. The reason is because it's European, it's PAL. So it wasn't in my normal places to look for game values. Priced at $7.99 with my coupon, so it was like $7. It seems to go for around 15 to 18. It works fine on my North American Game Boy, but it's definitely PAL. There's nothing about it really online. And yeah, so it's made by Ocean, and there's a Super Nintendo version, and that's what confused me. But it's hard to find stuff about the Game Boy version, so I grabbed that. So those were my two purchases that day. This past week, probably midweek, I went to St. Vincent de Paul and Bibles for Missions. So those are actually pretty close to my house, and I rarely find stuff there. But I actually found a couple things this week. The one thing about Bibles for Missions is their cassettes are 25 cents all the time. So even if I find like doubles, I'll pick them up because I can sell them for like $1. Like I'll make a lot together. So here's those cassettes. Let me go through these pretty quick here. Should have brought them over here. All right. So, Lionel Richie, Dancing on the Ceiling. This is pretty cool. Leonard Cohen, Cohen Live. My wife loves Leonard Cohen. Tiffany. So I just saw Tiffany in Cleveland with New Kids on the Block tour. Air Supply Greatest Hits. Tina Turner Private Dancer. Loverboy Get Lucky. So I just picked up this vinyl the other day. It's used in my other video that I posted this morning. Michael Jackson Thriller. I actually don't think I have this one. Little River Band Greatest Hits. Pat Benatar. What is this? Crimes of Passion. Pat Benatar. Reflection. Pat Benatar. La Bamba movie soundtrack. Culture Club. That's cool. Color by Numbers. So these are all 25 cents. ABBA Greatest Hits Volume 2. So I had ABBA Gold earlier. Wham! Wham! Make It Big. Classic. Eric Clapton Unplugged. Another great one. And Pat Benatar again. So 25 cents each for cassettes. And then at the same store, I also found this. Some of you may recognize this. Hot Wheels Service Center. This is my second one. I had this as a kid. I have one that's boxed and in slightly better shape than this, or actually a lot better shape than this. This, unfortunately, actually just fell off, is missing the foam for one of the car wash rollers here, and it's missing the tube for the gas station. But otherwise, one of my friends been looking for one of these, so I will likely give this to her. and next time I see her in Carlton Place, Ottawa area, and yeah, $10. I have one that's boxed. That actually Value Village had big dollars on, and realized when no one wanted it, they put it down to next to nothing. So I grabbed it. And then the other thing I grabbed, I actually really like this. 1980 strawberry shortcake Life is Delicious coffee mug. I think it's in amazing shape. Looks like it was never used. And interesting because it's not white. You usually just see the typical white coffee mugs. This kind of is a brown with a nice kind of some color. It's got Roman numerals for the date. Anyway, I just had to go back to public school and remember Roman numerals. So it was 1980. This was $1.99, and then with my coupon, always have a coupon. If I haven't talked about that, when you're thrifting, you can pretty much take anything to Value Village. So if you see stuff on the side of the road, I know that sounds really sad. Throw it in the back of your truck or van or car. Take it to the Value Village, and you'll get a 20% off coupon, and usually a $2 coupon as well. I have a stack of those at any time, and leverage them because, you know, if it's over $5, as soon as you hit $5, use the $2 coupon. That's what I usually do. Bring it down to $3. Actually, I'll have an example of that in a second. And the 20% you might want to save for something more substantial, but you just have to figure out where that line is, that how much do you want it, and leverage that discount. So that's how I do it. Anyway, the next item, this was kind of unbelievable for Value Village actually. So I already saw that, but if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this. A black Xbox 360 120 gig hard drive, really nice shape, works totally fine, plus the power supply plugged into it. Normally Value Village separates these and they sell the power supply for about $12 to $15, and then they'd sell the Xbox 360 for about $30. And this one's in really good shape, or this would be in the glass case. So it wasn't. So this was $25 for this and the power supply. I don't have the black one. I think this is actually called the Elite. Anyway, I grabbed this. Really nice. So fired it up, works totally fine. Did the updates on it. Oddly, I had a Wi-Fi adapter that I sold at the Guelph Game Shop or Game Swap, not like 5 days earlier. So I did have to plug this into my network wired, but anyway, it's in really good shape. So I was really excited to find that. So Xbox 360 power supply. I have tons of cables and controllers around, so that's totally fine. But like I said, I'm just using it in my own collection, I think. And then, oh, one more thing. This is a funny one. Well, two more things. This is yarn art. So it's called Cruel. It's really nice. I really like the colors. It's 24 inches by 20. Have it currently listed on Kijiji for $40. I had a couple of comments. Someone was looking for if it was autograph. It had a signature on it. I'm surprised no one's picked this up. I actually think it's really nice. I just don't have a 70s, 80s vintage basement to put it in, but really cool. So if you're interested in this item, let me know. Anyway, and then the last thing, I think, looking around, last thing was today. So talk about leveraging coupons. So bag of loose toys with a 1988 Donatello Ninja Turtle, $2.99 for the bag. $2.99, $3.99. Yeah, $2.99 for the bag. $1 cassette, so Cars Greatest Hits, and Garth Brooks The Hits on cassette. So that brings me up to $5. Then use a $2 coupon and end up paying $3.34. So for Donatello and 2 cassettes. I think it's a good deal. And I don't actually have Donatello for some strange reason. I don't know why. I have every other Ninja Turtle, but not Donatello. And he's my favorite. So, Donatello. Anyway, that is it for Thrift Finds, I think. I think I covered them all. And as I mentioned in my other video, I am in Montreal this week for work. Miranda's coming with me. Hope to maybe get a chance to thrift in Montreal. I go to Montreal enough that the stores are all kind of far away from where I'll be, so it's a bit of a challenge. So there's one video game store downtown Montreal that I've been to before. I picked up a vinyl Nintendo carrying case there for really cheap. And otherwise, we'll see. We'll see if I find anything. And then the following week, I am on Vancouver Island again for work, and I know the thrift shops there pretty well. If you've watched my other videos, you would have seen me pick up a few items from Victoria, BC, and around Sydney, BC, we'll say, in some small thrift shops there. Otherwise, that's it. If you like these videos, be sure to click like and subscribe. If you leave a comment, I'll try and answer you. And my social media links will be below. I usually post in real-time stuff I find on Instagram, and then do a follow-up video like this one later on. So you may see this video later in the week. Not sure when I'll post it, but have a good one.